AITA for not prioritizing my baby after his birth? Am I the asshole? Long jumping meet 4547. 7. NTAMY dad fainted when I was born. My mom still jokes with him about it. But it didn't stop him from being a great dad for the past 33 years. Everyone reacts in that moment differently. The thing that's important is you were present and making sure everyone involved is okay. No idea why you're getting so much crap for this. Agnar Krakenhammer. 2042. I don't care what anyone says. This is next level dedication to your wife. I think it is amazingly sweet. Keep it up because it will make for a great marriage. I am sure you love your child. This situation is not a measure of how much you love your child. It's a measure of how much you love your wife. Barley Lie. 4830. NTA My husband and I had a deal that if for any reason during the birth medical staff walk away with the baby, he is 100% to go with the baby. I had an unplanned C-section and they took my baby away to weigh her and he absolutely refused to go with them. I was so upset with him. That was not what we agreed. He tells me she was in eyesight, he could see her and that she was safe and immediately brought to me, but that in that moment his concern and fear was 100% for me. Our baby was born healthy and well and I was cut open and semi-conscious. He said he does not apologize and would do it again. He will never apologize for worrying for or protecting me. I know he approaches our baby, now toddler, with the same fierce protectiveness. It is not either or. He has enough love to go around and I know had our baby not been 100% healthy he would have gone with her immediately as we agreed. You can love and want to protect them both up. Dense Passion 2729. 15916. AITA for turning my teenage niece away at the door and telling my sister to wake up because of how my niece treats my own daughter? Am I the asshole? Too hard on my family. NTA Your responsibility is to your daughter. To protect her. Any of your friends who would let a 16-year-old bully their 6-year-old child just because they happen to share blood is a crappy parent. If Quinn is willing to apologize to Bella and promise to only use kind words at your house, I would be willing to give her a second chance, but only if she seemed like she actually was willing to behave and she and Bella would not be allowed to interact unsupervised for a long time. Val Savannah. 9606. NTA. Quinn needs to understand that words actually harm people. That's what adults tend to forget a lot of times. You set a good boundary. I remember when my friend's kid kept talking about gross shit in front of me to see how cool she was. But I was not having that shit. I asked her once. And then she did it again. I told her, dude, if you keep talking to me this kind of way, I will legit leave. I do not care for that. Kids need to understand that, hey, this behavior? This ain't it, man. You're causing too much issues. Ghost Panther Aswalt. 825. NTA. It's unrealistic to expect a teenager to never be snarky or sarcastic. But it's good and appropriate to expect them to take responsibility for how they treat other people. Actions have consequences. Quinn needs to learn being cruel to a 6-year-old is not acceptable. And that being a teenager is not a free pass to be awful. XA0 I don't think there's anything awful about turning someone away if it's only a short walk. If she can't try to learn to curb her behavior and apologize when she's hurtful, she can deal with the short walk back. XA 0 inches. Opa 13. 740. AITA for telling an acquaintance I don't really give a shit about their kids? Am I the asshole? Sooth Speakers. NTA. You didn't use foul language or anything. You just called out her crappy behavior. Wholesome Gamer. 5477. NTA greater than now I have a dog right now. not kids. Whenever I tell a story about the dog, this twat just always rolls her eyes and tries to change the subject to her children or children in general. Greater than the other night I called her out on this. Asking why dude always seems to not want to listen to a funny dog story. Greater than, I just don't really care much about dogs. Greater than, I don't really care much about your kids, but I considerately listen to your stories. Regardless, you were polite and honest. You didn't say anything disparaging. You merely pointed out you had no real interest in hearing about the antics of her little blessings. But listen respectfully when she speaks. Peony Pony, 1944. Greater than, I just don't really care much about dogs. I don't really care much about your kids, but I considerately listen to your stories. Regardless, NTA, if corporate asked me to tell the difference between these two, I would have to say they are the same. She said it and you matched it. Review Oak 929. 446. 86.